All right, I thought we would start this a little bit early. The state of play does not start for another like 40 minutes. And what's the time right now? Because the state of play starts at like 7 a.m. in the morning in Australia, it's currently 6:20. So I've pretty much gotten ready for work after this. So after this stream, literally just going to work. But I thought I'd hop on a little bit early. I will have to talk a little bit softer, so I've got the gain up a little bit more because my partner is sleeping in the other room, so I have to be quiet. But we are going to be talking about some gaming news and maybe some predictions or wish list sort of things before the state of play starts. And then, yeah, just some other sort of gaming stuff because the Nintendo Switch 2 just launched. So that is pretty exciting. So we do have some things to talk about there. I just want to turn off dark mode here because I've already got my Reddit on dark mode. And I saved something. Now I rarely use Reddit on my computer. I always use it on my phone, so I have to remember where to go to look at my saves. Here it is. So we can put this, where do we put it? I guess we'll put it here. We'll talk more about state of play stuff closer to when it actually starts. But for now, the Switch 2 launched in Australia. Oh, well, I mean, the Switch 2 came out last night or tonight or this morning, pretty much 12 a.m. this morning, very early this morning. And this was the line in the city in Melbourne for the Nintendo Switch 2 launch. So I'll actually zoom in here. So you can actually, oh wow, that's very zoomed in. Can I zoom in this way? Nope, that's okay. Actually, we can zoom, no, we can't even zoom in that way, that's fine. This is the line, you can see it. It's pretty long. It is kind of crazy. I haven't seen a line like this for anything video game related in a very long time. I haven't seen people this excited. So the last time I was actually queued up day one for anything video game related was when Spider-Man 2 came out for PS5. And that was like a quarter of the line of this. Oh, actually, I don't know how long this line is, but it was a fairly decent sized line. It was like early in the morning when the shop just opened. And it was kind of exciting, you know, lighting up with everyone, waiting for them to get their version or their copy of Spider-Man 2 so early on. So it's really cool to see this sort of line. It's not something you see super often these days. You know, there's not like such a massive release that people are very excited for that they will line up at 12 a.m. for. Actually, I'm just assuming this is 12 a.m. Let's see when this was posted. 6 hours ago. Yeah, it was 12 a.m. That's crazy. That is crazy. Let's see what the comments are saying. I haven't seen this kind of lining up since iPhone 10. Yeah, so this person hasn't even seen a queue this long since the iPhone 10 release, which I think was 2018, if I'm not mistaken. I think. Yeah, I wasn't expecting this, to be honest. Well, it is a point. Oh, wait, what does this say? I can't read it. It's so small. Well, it is a post in the Melbourne sub. Okay. Love in-store release events. Yeah, I do like that. I do like that. Beginning to wish I could do the same. Yeah, it would have been cool to line up and everything. The only reason, like, I don't want to get a Switch on launch because I think it's ridiculous they didn't release a Switch with an OLED version on launch. I feel like I can definitely wait for an OLED Switch. If they do one, I really hope they do one because, I mean, OLED looks amazing and my current Nintendo Switch looks incredible with OLED in handheld mode, and that's pretty much mostly how I play my Nintendo Switch. I'll just sit on the couch or in bed or even in the car and just play my Nintendo Switch, and it's so much fun. So I feel like I can wait for an OLED version because that's the form factor that I'm going to be using the console in for the most part. So I can definitely wait for that. But it's nonetheless, it's really cool to see this kind of line and to see people this excited for something. And to be fair, like the Nintendo Switch is a humongous console. It is ginormous. But in more sort of Nintendo Switch 2 news, I saw this article. Might actually go into dark mode here. Big W, so is a store in Australia. I don't know where else they have Big W's, but it's a store in Australia. And they have revealed some sort of price drop for a lot of Nintendo Switch 2 games, at least until I believe these are in effect. Target will also have these prices from midnight tonight, lasting until June 6th. So that's kind of weird. It's only for 2 days. So they have these prices in effect for only 2 days. And these are the Big W prices for a lot of Nintendo games. And these are the Target prices also for a lot of these Nintendo Switch 2 games. So you can kind of see the Target prices over here. $89, $21 off for Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom, also also $89 with a $21 discount. And Street Fighter 6 Year 1 and 2 Nintendo Switch 2 Edition, $64, $16 off. So I'll actually bring up these prices, and I'll also bring up, I've got it in dark mode, so that's why it's got these weird yellow highlights, but I also want to kind of point out, I should also bring up eBay. Hold on. Let me bring up, oh no, not eBay, EB Games. I'll bring up EB Games because they are usually the worst prices for games in Australia. So I'll bring them up and we can kind of compare all of the prices for Nintendo related games. Let's see. What am I doing here? Where do I need to go? I never look at the EB Games website. Nintendo Switch. Nintendo Switch 2. Awesome. Oh, this is perfect. All right, let's make this bigger. Okay. Now we'll bring this over here. So we'll compare cheapest Nintendo Switch 2 game prices in Australia to the most expensive. And for whatever reason, this is the case, but we'll just kind of suss it out here. So Mario Kart World, we'll go with this one as the kind of default for each store. So I've got 3 stores open, Big W, JB Hi-Fi and EB Games, and we'll just look at Mario Kart World. So we've got $94 here for Mario Kart World at Big W. At JB Hi-Fi, Mario Kart World, oh my god, I need to turn off dark mode. Mario Kart World at JB Hi-Fi at the very end here is $109. $109 from $94 over here at Big W. So this is JB Hi-Fi. Usually they have the best prices for games. Like I know Big W's are really good as well, but they don't always have all of the games and everything. They're not really known for having games. Anyway, they just kind of have everything, and they have everything really cheap. And then EB Games, Mario Kart World, $120. Isn't that an absolutely insane price difference? All right, give me one sec. So if you're not someone that shops around and price matches and everything like that, you're fucked. If you're someone that only ever shops at EB Games, I don't know what you're doing. You need to be shopping around. I just never understand why games at EB Games are always like full price. It just never computes with me because JB Hi-Fi will always have them for cheaper, like stock standard. I don't even know what's in my cart. We're not going to, I don't know what's in my cart. And then, yeah, for Big W just to be coming out swinging here with a really cheap Nintendo Switch 2 games, that's really cool to see. So yeah, they're pretty much cheapest across the board, but for some reason it's only going to be in effect until June 6th. Let's actually see if it says that here, because that is what it said on the Press Start website. I don't see anything that says that. Does it say it here in product details? No. Specs? No. Okay. Anyway, this is out now. How exciting is that? A new Mario Kart game is out now. That's pretty cool. Anyway, I just kind of wanted to bring that up because I thought it's absolutely crazy that we have 3 different stores here with 3 different prices ranging in price so drastically. Like pretty much a $26 price difference between 3 stores. That's like a lot of money if you're buying a lot of Nintendo Switch 2 games on day one, which most people probably would buy at least 2 or 3, I'd assume. You'd probably buy like Mario Kart. You might buy the new Pokemon game if you're a massive Pokemon person, and you're most likely going to purchase Donkey Kong. Right? And between those 3 games, let's actually have a look here. Okay, so $110 at EB Games, and then $99 at JB Hi-Fi, so that's a $10 price difference already. And then at Big W, it's also $99. Okay, so we've got a $10 price difference between JB, Big W, and also EB Games. Still, you're saving yourself $36 if you're purchasing those 2 games on day one, both at Big W, pretty much. And then the last game we can kind of compare this to would be probably Pokemon, which is also $99. And then I assume here, JB, $99. And then at EB Games, $110. So you're saving yourself $46 on day one if you purchase those 3 games at Big W, pretty much. Why that's the case, I don't know. $46, and then you can probably purchase like some random old game that you haven't played before that's on a massive discount. And yeah, like that's pretty good in my opinion. That's awesome. Anyway, yeah, it's just very confusing why they do that. Oh, that's state of play stuff. We'll look at that soon. So we shall delete these tabs because we're not looking at that anymore. We'll chuck dark mode back on. And we're going to look at The Witcher 4 now because they released a tech demo yesterday. I didn't look at this yesterday. I mean, I didn't look at it on stream yesterday. I did have a look in my own personal time. But I didn't watch the whole thing through, but it looks incredible nonetheless. I don't know if I'm really allowed to watch the whole thing through on YouTube. Maybe. I don't know. Maybe we won't. But it looks phenomenal. It is insane. I'll actually bring up the trailer because that's what I mostly obviously want to be talking about. So I'll bring that up now. And we can just kind of skim through the trailer and look at a few things that I thought were really, really cool. Hey, Kinetic, how you doing? Let's see. Here it is. So, actually, that's not what I skipped to. I skipped to this. The landscape. Look at that landscape. Look at all of the colors and look at the details in the mountain. This shit looks awesome and incredible. incredible, probably, to explore. It's going to be extremely exciting to explore this area. I can't remember what area this is in the Witcher lore. They did say it in the event, but I just can't remember what it was called. But goddamn, it looks phenomenal. Obviously, this is just a tech demo. It's not actual gameplay. It says that right in the bottom here. So I want to make sure that gets across, but still, it's hard to not just kind of be in awe of what you're seeing on screen with what CD Projekt Red is putting out. We'll just kind of skim through a little bit. It looks insane. So one of the things so I pretty much watched up until the horse muscle bit, so we'll get to that. But we'll just skim around a little bit more and just look at how goddamn incredible this is. Okay, so mounting your horse. So you can pretty much do it from any angle, which is not new in games, but you have like a different animation depending on what angle you kind of go from, which I think is really cool. And it looks super, super fluid. You know what I mean? It doesn't look like you're kind of glitching into one sort of animation that they've set for getting or mounting onto your horse. They've done it in a way that looks natural and it looks really, really cool. So obviously I'm not going to like play it and show it, but yeah, it's super cool. Anyway, the next thing they kind of talked about as well was like muscle physics in the game and how much time and effort they put into making everything look as realistic as possible. So they kind of talked about how the layers of muscle move underneath the horse's skin when they're galloping and stuff like that, and how true to life it actually is when you're like in real life versus in just the game. So it's stuff that they talked about, it's stuff that they think about, it's stuff that they're implementing into this Witcher 4 game. And it's like a very small detail. If they didn't add this, it wouldn't really be noticeable and nobody would be talking about it. But the fact that they are adding this stuff, just like what it means for the player is all of these smaller details that they keep on adding to the game is just going to make you even more engrossed into it. And I think that is super, super exciting. So these muscle physics, like that's going to be kind of awesome to see how that feels and how that looks. I'm just going to skim through a little bit more because I didn't look at everything, obviously. But yeah, this looks awesome. This shot looks really cool, kind of coming into town. Yeah, that's really cool. Look at that backdrop with the mountains and the town here. I love that. Yeah, this town looks really, really cool. I think this is the town from the reveal trailer. Yeah, it kind of looks like it. And more of Siri. A little bit more here. We've got the fish market. You know, I was playing Cyberpunk 2077 earlier. And or earlier this year, and like even the food in that game looks a bit funky sometimes. The food here looks pretty good, like the fish especially. Like in pretty much the opening scene or the opening like section of Cyberpunk 2077, at least if you're playing as like the straight kid, you are kind of sitting next to this massive dude and he's eating like a cheeseburger. And the cheeseburger looks like it's straight out of Minecraft still. You know what I mean? But this looks awesome. I really, really, really appreciate the detail in all the food as well. That's super cool. All the colors are so vivid. Like they're saying, you know, it's not actual gameplay and it's just a technical presentation. I do believe they also said this was running on a PS5 though. Like on a base PS5 with ray tracing and everything like that. So nonetheless, it's still so goddamn impressive. And, you know, you just can't wait to see more of it. And that's pretty much it. We'll learn more as the months and years go along. That's pretty much it on The Witcher 4. We've still got about 20-ish minutes until we get the state of play. So we'll keep talking about a few more things here. Actually, we should get on to talking about the state of play, I reckon. In just a second, I want to kind of read through this article again on The Witcher 4 just to see if I missed any cool talking points. And not so much. Okay. We can start talking about state of play, but I'll have some water first. All right. It doesn't really say much on the state of play other than what time the state of play starts, which for people in Australia is 7 a.m. It should last for at least 40 minutes and bring us news and updates from must-play games coming to PS5 with a selection of great games from creators across the globe. Nice. And then, yeah, it just has start times and everything like that. But this is a pretty massive week, I would say, for gaming. Not only do we have our state of play that we're going to watch very, very soon, but we also have Summer Games Fest, which is on Saturday, which I also believe is at like 7 in the morning or something. So we got some early mornings ahead of us. But then, obviously, number 3, Nintendo Switch 2 just came out. So 3 pretty exciting events for games are all coming out this week, which is really, really cool. I'm going to bring up the old notepad. And we're going to do some wish listing and some predictions. I wonder. I do think I can make this bigger, but I'll leave it here for now. Might make it wider though. We'll chuck this right over here. And then we'll go into this kind of frame. So, state of play. What's the date? June 5th? 2025. Now, how much can I zoom in? We can zoom in quite a lot. This is good. All right. That should be enough. Should I call it a wish list or should I just call it things I want to see? Or things that I might think we'll see? You know what? I'll call it a wish list. But we'll start with things that I think we're going to see. And then we'll kind of move down into things that I think we won't see, but that are more like traditional wish listy. You know what I mean? So the first thing I think we're going to see is Ghost of Yotai. New trailer or just like gameplay. So I'll write just gameplay. Because that comes out at the end of the year. So very, very soon. So I reckon we'll definitely see some gameplay stuff. I don't know if there will be another state of play in between now and that release. So I think it's a pretty safe bet to say that we'll see something to do with Ghost of Yotai. The next thing I think will maybe... honestly, I think Ghost of Yotai is the only thing I'm like 100% sure on. I don't know if there would be anything else other than this that I'm like 100% sure on. Because I remember the last state of play, we had some pretty exciting stuff, but it was mostly things that I hadn't heard about before. So for instance, like the Midnight Walk, like, I think that was either a reveal and announcement trailer or just kind of like a new trailer for it to get people pumped. I don't know if there'd been a trailer for that before, but it was the first time I'd seen a trailer for it. And then I think it flew under a lot of people's radars, but also I think I've seen people like the Rad Brad play it. I think I've seen Moist Critical play it. So I think a couple big names on YouTube have been playing it, but I still feel like it's just a bit of an under the radar game. Like, I don't think it's got a massive player count or anything like that, but that was a really cool game to see. I would love to play it, and maybe when it comes to physical, but anyway, Ghost of Yotire, what else do I reckon we'll see? Maybe Wolverine. I feel like Wolverine would be the next most confident game that would come out, or that we would get to see something of, because it was announced so long ago, it feels like, at this point, and we haven't heard anything about it since. But actually, that's a lie. The only thing we've heard about Wolverine since its announcement was the leak, which is such a shame. So yeah, some hackers hacked like Insomniac and released like a shit ton of stuff, which really, really sucks to see. But yeah, I feel like it's been so long. I would really love to see something on Wolverine. But while we're on the Insomniac Marvel sort of thought train here, let's also put down Venom. Now, this game was rumored and like not announced, but like pretty set in stone that there might be like a Venom game coming out in 2026. I believe people were saying. And if you've played Spider-Man 2 and you played through the Venom section, you know how much fun it was playing Venom. So it would be such an easy sell to have a Venom game. Like, it'd be so easy to sell a Venom game after what everyone kind of experienced with Spider-Man 2. And also Venom's like a massive character on his own. Obviously, he's been in how many Spider-Man movies now? Like, technically 4 if you count his own movies with Sony, even though they're bad movies. He got like 3 standalone movies for a reason, you know? He got a trilogy for a reason. So he's a massive character. Obviously, it'd be really, really fun to play as him. And after Spider-Man 2 and in between Spider-Man 3, it'd be really cool to have something more from the Spider-Man kind of side of the universe. Because obviously they're bringing in Wolverine, and they might do X-Men in like 2030. I think that was part of the leaks. But until then, we need something kind of in between. So I'd love something from like Venom. And maybe I'll also put like, I don't think this will be the case. Like, I'm pretty sure they actually said they're not doing DLC, but it'd be cool if we got like Spider-Man 2 DLC. Now, obviously these are the big AAA games and there's going to be a bunch of stuff that's more like indie oriented. But like, at that point, if it's an indie game, I can't really make any sort of predictions on it or even have a stab at what would kind of be announced, because nobody really pays attention to the indie scene in that way. Obviously, everyone loves indie games, but there's no real leaks from indie developers because they're not super huge. And it's not like if you leak an indie game, people are just going to be super excited for it, because nobody's going to know who the fuck the company is until they make it big with a game that's really, really cool. So, yeah, that's mostly what I think we would see. I think there was one more thing that I kind of wanted to jot down. There's also been a lot of rumors here, and I'll make this bigger so we can see everything. There has been a lot of rumors of a God of War 2D platformer. I've been seeing these rumors over the past couple days with a potential God of War platformer similar to, I believe, people have been comparing it to the Prince of Persia: The Lost Crown game, and how that was kind of like very different from what Prince of Persia had been previously, especially with, you know, the last like however many years of games they've all been like 3D platformers or whatever else, and action adventure games and everything. But I've been hearing that God of War might get a similar sort of treatment, which I think would be really exciting, because I played, what was it? I played Prince of Persia: The Lost Crown recently, and I put like 50 hours into that game. I 100%ed it, got the platinum, and then 100%ed the DLC as well. So I like really, really love that game. I really enjoyed that game. I would love to also do all of the like platforming challenges and everything like that, because they have those kind of, you know, what would you call it? Like Super Mario Maker sort of platforming challenges, where they're like custom levels that you do that are like super, super hard. But I just, I'd love to do it, but I just have so many other games to play. That's the one thing I can just like skip out on and not feel too bad about missing, because I just know what to expect. And it's not like the most exciting thing in the world, you know? But yeah, that would be really, really exciting. I'd love to see like a God of War 2D platformer sort of game in the same sort of style as Prince of Persia: The Lost Crown, because that game's amazing. So obviously that's like Persian mythology, and then with this it'd be like Greek mythology. I assume they'd be going down the Greek side of things rather than the North mythology. So it'd be really cool to kind of jump back in the world of Greek mythology with God of War and Kratos and everything like that, and yeah, have a 2D platformer sort of game in the style of, well, you know, inspired by Prince of Persia: The Lost Crown. That'd be cool. It'd be cool if they kind of did the whole like anime style and everything as well. Like I'm just imagining pretty much Prince of Persia: The Lost Crown reskinned with God of War. Like that's what I've got in my head, and it just looks really, really cool. Like I'd love to see that. But that's another thing that I've kind of been seeing be rumored, I guess, on the God of War front. Is it the Greek trilogy remakes or remasters? Let's just say remakes, because like 2 of them are pretty old, and 3 came out in like, was it 2009? Is that when the 3rd one came out? When did the third one come out? Oh. Hold on. Fuck. Give me a second here. Alright. That's a little bit better. I might chuck them down to like 55% just so I can talk over it. The state of play is starting in 10 minutes, so that's very exciting. Can I bring both of these things up at once? I can. Awesome. Alright. We can have this like here. I'll chuck it back on screen mode. There it is. So state of play starts in 8 minutes 30 seconds. So yeah, like I was saying, I feel like God of War remake is on the cards. Might actually turn it down for myself as well. Got it on like 80%, I don't need it that loud. What percent do I have on for the stream? 50. Yeah, 50 is good. I'll have it on 50% as well, just so I can hear myself talk over it too. Anyway, yeah, God of War remake is on the cards. That's been rumored for a long time as well, so I could definitely see that being announced. But yeah, other than those things, I don't really know what else to kind of put here. This one, is the most likely not to happen. Because I feel like they pretty much came out and said they're not doing DLC for it and they're just moving on to Spider-Man 3. Like with the leaks and everything. When like things were like there was no Spider-Man 2 DLC in there. And it's such a shame because the first game had the DLC and it was good. And I feel like it would have been such an easy slam dunk to do a Carnage DLC, because Carnage was like one of the side quests in the game, and they pretty much like led up to, you know, a storyline for there to be a DLC for it, because he pretty much gets revealed at the end, but you don't actually get to like fight him or do anything with him. So it'd be such an easy slam dunk to have Carnage in there. I think then Venom's probably the second most least likely to see anything from, then like Wolverine, and then I reckon like the God of War stuff and Ghost of Yoto stuff is the most likely stuff we will see. But yeah, that's pretty much my wish list. I'm gonna go blow my nose and I'm gonna be back, and then we can watch the state of play. Alright, they've got 183,000 people waiting for this state of play to start. So a lot of people are very excited, myself included. And we've only got like 3 minutes. We're literally on the home stretch right now. We've been waiting for 40 minutes. At least we've been streaming for 40 minutes. Yeah, we're definitely in the home stretch right now, man. I'm so excited. So yeah, we're pretty much going to do this exact same thing for Summer Games Fest on Saturday morning, which I'm also super keen for. I might turn up the YouTube volume a little bit more as well, just so you can kind of hear it better, because I don't want it to be like too low that you can't hear it, especially over me. Obviously I want to talk over it, but I'm just paying attention to my volumes and everything like that. I should also put it back on the screen here. So 2 minutes, or just under 3 minutes now. Man, I'm excited. Let's do this. Dude. I feel like they're just gonna have one big thing, to be fair. Because I remember the last one. Like, Ghost of Yotai was like the big thing. And then everything else was just like, alright, Midnight Walk looked really cool, but it was, an unknown up until release pretty much, so you can't really say much on that. But yeah, I reckon there's probably just going to be one big thing, which I feel like it's either this. I feel like it's one of these two things. Like, I feel like this is the big thing that we're going to get. And then we'll still get this. And then this stuff is just... super wishlisted stuff. Anyway, let's turn that off now. We can just kind of sit back and relax. We've got a minute and 38 seconds now. Now we can just kind of, wait for it to start. Probably gonna fuck around with these volumes even while the stream is kind of progressing through. Ooh. Alright, 1 minute now, let's go, come on. Give it to me. It's 7 AM. It's time to go. It's go time. Seconds, come on. I'm so keen, man. And the funny thing is, we're not even going to get the big thing until like the very end. So we're going to wait like 40 minutes until we get the real, slapping your meat on the table sort of game announcement. This program contains mature content that may not be suitable for all audiences. Okay, that's alright. I'm sure we can deal with that. Was that Nathan Drake? Oh. The other thing I heard is there's going to be like copyright music and shit as well. So I'm going to turn that off. I wonder if that's going to be one of them. It sounds like it will be. So I'm just going to mute it. Because I'm going to have to mute it anyway. Like after the stream. Yeah, this is definitely going to be like copyright music. That's alright. We can watch it on mute for now. Like, obviously I'm not watching it on mute, but put it on mute for you guys that may or not be watching it. What's this, Tetris? Oh, what was the other big game they announced recently? They released something called like The Human Eye or some shit like that. What was it called? PlayStation. Lumens Arise. Alright, now we can unmute. Oh, that was the game. Okay. Alright.
Hello from Enhance. I'm Tetsuya Mizuguchi.
ディレクターの石原隆です。ルミネスアライズのトレーラー楽しんでいただけたでしょうか。この秋、PlayStation 5、PSVR2 対応で発売予定です。 ルミネスアライズはバラエティ豊かな曲と
What's the thing
美
they
しい
announced
ビジュアルが没入感を高め、
Ah,
いつまでも遊びたくなるゲーム体験となっています。その世界はと
Let's
て
see
も
what they
心地よ
announced
く
now.
プレイヤーを共感覚の世界へと導きます。
まあよくある普通のパズルゲームってことだよね。
Alright.
テトリスエフェクトを一度遊んだことがある人はわかると思いますが、ルミネスアライズはただのパズルゲームでは
Oh,
あり
so
ま
it was
せん。
Tetris. Pretty
夏
much.
にシングルとマルチプレイの体験版を配信予定です。ぜひ皆さん手に取って遊んでみてください。
Thank you and enjoy the rest of State of Play.
Oh, I will. I better. I better enjoy this. Oh, is this... Oh, is there gonna be
future.
Death Stranding stuff?
It isn't just a dream. It's a promise. One we're turning
I completely
into
forgot about Death Stranding. That
reality.
comes out soon.
With our third generation of Luna filament and advanced generative AI, we're reshaping the line between dreams and reality. We create life for our future. Delphi Corporation.
Let's see about getting passed through to Earth. And why are these things trying to kill us?
There you are. All better.
Oh, yeah, is this... What's this?
I am DI03367. They are pragmatic creators.
Hang on a second. Don't you have a name or something? I'm good. Get behind me!
I think I can help.
Targets identified. Neutralizing threats.
Is that Gladys?
Neutralize us?
Looks like we're gonna have to fight our way through.
Just a joke, by the way. I don't think that's actually Gladys.
Bypassing first and second firewalls. Hooking control protocols. Initiating hack.
Pragmata. Alright.
Hey, D.I.
I said I am DI.
Okay. Look, how about we call you Diana?
Diana?
Alright, so it looks like that game's been announced before and they're just kind of saying, sorry, it's still coming, but next year. Pragmata, alright. Coming to PS5 2026. It looks interesting. Is this Goat Simulator 4? No.
Means curry time.
Awesome, I love curry.
Speaking of curry, apparently the current president is actually a humane. What does that mean? It's okay, I'll get it.
I like the art style, and I like the fisheye, or fishbowl lens, or whatever it's called. That's really cool.
Romeo, stay with me. Grandpa, he's gonna die. Romeo, listen up. You're gonna die in about 15 seconds. Seriously? Seriously, don't worry. I made this just in case. The Dead Gear Life Support System. Don't move, okay? You're already half dead. From now on, you're half dead man. No, wait, that's pretty lame. Dead man. From now on, you're dead man.
Romeo is a dead man. Looks a bit like, or that bit looked a bit like Intergalactic. Ah, this is probably also copyright music. Anyway, Speaking of intergalactic, I don't think that's something we'll see anything of. Just because they did announce it only like 7 months ago. And I don't think we're seeing anything else from it for a little while at least. But we might see The Last of Us Part 2 remake.
Coming 2026.
That's an option.
Maybe.
Huh? That was Grandpa's voice. Are you like a spirit? I'm on your back.
Oh, that's cool. It kind of reminds me of High on Life. With the like talking gun. I really want to play that game, but...
皆さんこんにちは。グラスホッパーの役者の須田剛一です。いえいえ。皆さんトレーラーどうでした？
Okay.
グラスホッパーの久々の新作、ロミオ・イザ・デッドマンです。いよいよ発表できました。このゲームはですね、主人公のロミオが、ロミオ・スターゲーザーという名前なんですが、かっこいいでしょ。
Such a cool name,
犯罪
right?
FBI 捜査官として、
He's so happy with
凶
it.
悪なですね、指名手配犯をさまざまな時空に飛んで倒していく、そんな、ブラッディなアクションゲームとなっています。そして今回はですね、剣だけじゃありません、銃も使えます。ストロングスタイルのアクションゲームとして、チーム一丸となって頑張って作ってます。そしてなんで、
So he's like
タ
Cable.
イトルがですね、ロミオなのにデッドマンなのか、それは皆さんぜひ続行をお待ちください。プレイステーション30周年過ぎちゃいましたけどおめでとうございます。それでは引き続きステートオブプレイをお楽しみください。
He's cool. Coming 2026. That's one to keep your eye on, I reckon. That looks fun. Captured on PS5 Pro, okay. Not base PS5. Just remember. Already being outdated with our base PS5s. Oh. Oh, Silent Hill. F. Oh, yeah. I remember seeing that on JB Hi-Fi coming soon. It comes out this year, doesn't it? Like, it's already on pre-order and stuff. Oh, oh wow. Oh no. Oh, that's creepy. Oh, it's like a doll as well. Man, that was like a bloater. Love a good survival horror game. This is exciting. I hadn't seen anything on this aside from just seeing it on pre-order at JB Hi-Fi. Oh, this is so creepy, dude. This looks really cool. That was exciting. Yeah, September 25th, 2025. I thought so. I'm very keen for that. That looks really creepy. And yeah, pre-order, obviously, today. Silent Hill, if you will. Is this...
The castle has been sighted again. The Church's orders are absolute. These human sacrifices must be stopped.
No, it's not what I'm thinking.
We will track the ethereal
Or is it?
castle,
No, it isn't.
break its gates,
It just looked a lot like
and exterminate the creatures that dwell within.
the first Berserker.
The Demon Lord himself will fall by our hand. This mission will test the limits of your courage. You will face horrors beyond your darkest imaginings. Beasts that defy reason. Creatures born of pure darkness.
Thousand Blossom! Die on Jaw!
Man, I'm yawning so much. I still got 7 hours sleep, but goddamn.
With me! Cross Reaper!
Tonight, we start our mission!
Bloodstained Scarlet Engagement. Looks kind of cool.
So you've come, dogs of the Church, right into the palm of my hand.
The visuals of Shinjuku that I'm seeing are a hellscape I can't quite put into words. You've somehow been sent back in time 8 years. But the situation here is critical. I'm counting on you, Agent. Our ultimate mission is to uncover the causality between these anomalies.
It's probably a phase electron life form.
Is that what you call us, Digimon?
I'll always be right here with you.
Digimon.
Who exactly are you?
I haven't heard of that shit
I
in
remember you guys.
ages.
Who or what is that?
You really don't know anything about the digital world?
We have been enemies for years now, but this is the first time the Titans have launched an attack on this scale.
We now believe most of the anomalies we've been dealing with stem from Digimon.
It seems the upcoming battle is truly unavoidable.
The world on this end is running out of
Well,
time.
don't get slapped with a lawsuit from Nintendo.
Such a state, the human world will most certainly be affected.
Do the Titans not care about the end of the digital world? Stop it! That egg is very important!
The World Tree has been attacked. It is just as the Great One, Plutomon, said.
It can't protect anyone.
We must protect the world from them. For this purpose and this purpose alone were you born.
If that thing opens, then we'll be swarmed by Digimon.
Attack!
Please, everyone, lend me your strength.
Everything's riding on
To
you.
move forward into the
We
future.
must fulfill our mission. Agent.
O Father, abandon not your wayward children of Ivalice, but deliver us from our sins, that we might know salvation.
Oh, what's this?
If you feel wrong, blame yourself or the Father.
Why do you fight? Why walk this path of subterfuge and conflict?
The powerful must rule the weak. It is our duty.
Heavens fall upon your crown!
This vile charade has gone on long enough. It ends now.
Oh, that's why I thought it looked familiar.
Do you remember when your father showed us how to make a whistle of a blade of grass?
Yeah. I never played it, but I remember seeing it. Oh, they say they're doing like a remaster of it. Cool.
Hi everyone, I'm Sean Benson.
And I'm Sid Schumann, here to deliver news and release dates for games coming to PS5.
I don't know if
later this
she's
year.
short or he's really tall.
We hope you enjoyed that first look at Final Fantasy Tactics: The Evil East Chronicles. The game will include 2 versions of the original PlayStation Classic. The enhanced version, which features improved graphics, fully voiced dialogue, refined gameplay, and much more, as well as the classic version, which brings a faithful recreation of the 1997 original to modern consoles. Final Fantasy Tactics: The Evil East Chronicles launches on PS5 and PS4 September 30th, and will be available for pre-order later today.
This next game is something really special. When I first played it, I laughed so hard I almost barfed. Let's check it out.
But is there maybe just toilet?
Toilet?
Yeah, I just need to pee.
How badly?
Just normal. Bad.
Hey, just go behind this bush. I'll wait.
I can run away.
Pee shy.
No.
Yeah, no, you don't want me watching.
You can watch.
In baby steps, all you have to do is carefully place one foot in front of the other, which is easier said than done. Main character Nate requires some pretty deliberate movement to make even the simplest progress.
Oh, that's super funny.
It's a captivating open-world experience filled with oddball characters.
So it's like a 3D getting over it.
I found it even without a map. The best toilet on the mountain.
Oh, good.
Definitely check this one out when it comes to PS5 on September 8th.
Oh, that looks super funny.
Hirogami is a unique action-adventure title from Bandai Namco Studios Singapore. In this journey to save your origami home, you'll transform into paper shapes with distinct abilities, including a paper airplane, a nimble frog, a hardy armadillo, and a powerful ape. Master the art of folding when Hirogami arrives on PS5 later this summer. Sid, why don't you tee this next one up?
Thanks, Sean. The Hot Shots series has been with PlayStation from the very beginning, and its latest installment, Everybody's Golf Hot Shots, boasts its largest character roster ever. Compete in courses from 10 different regions around the world, each with weather effects and new nighttime variants.
Cool.
Pre-orders begin later today. And those
Always
who
love
do
a
will
golf
get
game.
Bandai Namco's iconic Pac-Man as an early unlockable character. Everybody's Golf Hot Shots drives onto PS5 September 5th.
Ninja Gaiden Ragebound is a challenging new entry in the long-running action franchise. From the makers of the Blasphemous series, Ragebound stars dual protagonists from rival clans, forced to combine their souls and skills against a demon uprising. And longtime fans will really love the pulse-pounding soundtrack featuring guest composers from the original series.
Yeah, this feels like a bit of me. This looks really cool.
Ninja Gaiden Ragebound arrives July 31st on PS5 and PS4. From the game Bakers, Cairn is a survival climbing experience where you must carefully plan your ascent up a deadly mountain. Manage balance and stamina
that's
to discover
nice.
secrets.
Hey! Hey, wait for me!
Encounter other climbers.
I'm Marco. Nice to meet you.
And survive the harsh conditions of the climb.
Oh, that's really cool.
You can give it a try yourself with a demo that arrives later today.
Looks like we're getting a lot of games that are going into my backlog.
That's all from us, but there's still a lot of State of Play to come.
This next reveal comes from the game preservationist at Digital Eclipse. Nothing can prepare you for their next collection, arriving later this year.
Another one that could be announced is the Prince of Persia Sands of Time remake. I think it's already been announced, but it was announced like ages ago and hasn't come out yet, so they need to like re-announce it and then talk about it more.
We knew that we were onto something.
It was such a shock to see this game. I was like, I can't believe this game exists.
It became something that added to the mystique of Mortal Kombat. Fatality.
We're showing you a part of a world that is much larger.
The complete collection for Mortal Kombat. Cool.
There was no template to make the games. It's a bit of the Wild West.
Every part of that game is an expression of who we were and what we wanted to do.
Legacy collection. Alright. That's awesome. Just re-release all the games again. Make a quick buck. Easy done, enough said. What the fuck is this? Oh, is it just a new controller? Is it like one of those more oh, no way! Oh, it's an old school... What do you call it? The first fight stick made by PlayStation. Oh, that's awesome. I'm sure there are a lot of better ones out there that look more retro and stuff, but that looked really cool, to be fair. Captured on PS5 Pro. You hate to see it, you know. You really want to see captured on base PS5. I think that's impressive. To be captured on PS5 Pro is like, alright, whatever. You just want to sell your new console, piece of shit.
Loading like this, it's a revolution. All right, Commander. Baby.
Yo. Yeah.
You won't get away from me. Time for you to taste some real pain.
What's the matter? I'm over here. Go back to your own world. See you in hell. I'll grind you into nothing. What the?
Alright. I've seen that on JB Hi-Fi for a while on pre-order. So that's pretty cool.
Gotcha. Gotcha.
Oh, you know, another thing. Like, they're not gonna... Like, all the things that I'm talking about are, like, huge and probably not gonna get announced and probably not even being worked on. But another one was... Uncharted... 1, Drake's Fortune. Uncharted Drake's Fortune.
Spirit stones.
I've heard rumors that's going to be getting a
Shining
remake,
stones
but that's
imbued with human
like it should be announced here, but it might get
never-ending
announced
dreams.
at Summer Games Fest as well.
Since time immemorial, this power has
We're like
been
30 minutes into this. We've
the
got like 10 minutes left.
impetus for
I don't think
human
anything
wars.
massive is going to be coming out. But it's cool to see the rest of this stuff anyway. Honestly, like all these games are going into my backlog immediately, but you know, we'll get around to them at some point.
and one thick with the presence.
The only annoying thing about it is a lot of these games are like not physical releases as well. They're just like indie products that'll be available only digitally, which I never, you know, browse the PlayStation Store, so I'm just never probably going to get to play any of these games at that point either.
Here is my answer.
And I'm not really like a Steam person anymore either, so I just kind of get what I get on physical or GOG. I'm sorry, I got a bit of peeking as well, that's a bit annoying. Turn the game down a little bit more.
How foolish of you to have entered the depths of hell.
Oh, Neo 3. Oh, cool. I got those on my shelf. They're in the backlog as well. I haven't played Neo, but that's cool.
You be warrior?
Like, I didn't know it was Neo because I've never played it, but I've got them. That's an awesome announcement. That's pretty big. Early 2026. Oh, that's awesome. I need to play Neo now. I've got an excuse to play it.
チーム忍者の安田です。戦国死にゲーシリーズの最新作ニオ3をついに発表させていただきました。今作のアクションはシリーズの馴染みのサムライスタイルに加え、新たに忍者スタイルを追加、より多彩な戦闘を楽しめます。
Damn, maybe that's what I'll play on stream next. I was actually going to play the Crash Bandicoot Insane Trilogy because I've been playing like a lot of... Oh, demo available today. Oh, that's really cool. Damn. The only thing about Neo is like I'm worried that it's just not going to be for me, but I have them because it looks really cool and has been reviewed really highly.
No one knows how old the city really is. For me, it's all I've ever known.
Yeah, I was going to play Crash next on stream, but I might play Neo now since there's a new one coming out.
I was raised in this city's shadow, free to take whatever I need to survive.
I really can't get into VR gaming, man. I'm sure it's good. I just don't see myself wearing a helmet for like hours on end playing VR games.
Treasures locked away, waiting
I'm
to
just
be
sinking
found,
more and more into my chair.
waiting to be taken. But some treasures come with more trouble than others.
Alright. Now we should be on to the big stuff. Neo 3 is huge, but I want more big stuff.
Are you there yet? Cleo has uncovered a formula for a cure, but she's keeping
This is
it safe
very
in her
vibrant.
tower.
Very saturated.
Hey, you got some hosen?
Marketland seems a bit tense today. I heard some of the cabin with another Tidewalker. Damn it! It's gone! Someone beat us to it!
Ever since the Great Flood, Elland, my dear planet, has been dying. Plastemia has taken everything from us. But you Tidewalkers are all connected.
Hey, you! Stop right there!
And it's up to you now to use that power.
This is our new recruit! Please, help me. Get them!
Tidewalkers. Will you help us?
That looked kind of cool.
Hi, I'm Nicholas Doucet, the game director of Astrobot. It's a pleasure to be back today to share more news with you. What a last few months it has been in the world of Astro. Astrobot launched last September to such encouraging feedback, even receiving a few honors we are truly grateful for.
They have
in
been...
October, we added 5 speedrun levels, followed
Yeah, I
by
need
a
to play
Christmas
these
special
levels.
packed with festive
There's another one
surprises.
other than the
And then
Christmas
earlier
one I
this
think they
year,
released
the
too.
Vicious Void Galaxy made
Was
its
that that one?
appearance,
I need to play
adding
this.
more new challenging levels, all of which came at no additional cost. And today, I am pleased to announce that later this month, you will be able to enjoy 5 brand new challenge levels
awesome.
in Astrobot,
Man, I need to
bringing
get
the
back on
total to a
Astrobot.
whopping 90 planets.
Oh, cool.
New special bots will be there too, including Atsu from Ghost of Yotei, alongside other fans'
sick.
favorites, but these ones are a surprise. And finally, the Astrobot DualSense wireless controller will return later this year,
cool.
with a slight twist. So be on the lookout for more news coming soon. From all of us at Team Asobi, thank you all for the amazing
I
reception
didn't pick up
you gave our
the
game.
Astrobot
And enjoy
controller because I
the
was
rest
just
of
like,
the show.
eh, I don't need a custom controller. But it looks really cool to be fair. I also wouldn't mind getting like the Doom one for Xbox for my PC, but it's like I can't spend so much money on custom controllers, you know. Man, I just want to get back on Astrobot. Maybe that's what I'll do tomorrow, you know, for stream.
No old man just gotta share. Memories go, memories stay. We're chasing the sound of the waves. It always sways, it always strays. Standing on the beach all day. Whoa, 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 whoa.
He's like peg-legged, peg-faced, peg-bodied, peg-armed. He's peg everything. He's entirely made of wood, it looks like. Sea remnants. Cool. Is this Journey 2? Is it? And Journey. Oh, I just said that out of nowhere. I was like, it looks like Journey. What the fuck? What is this? This looks pretty great. Obviously it's by the people that made Journey, so it would have a pretty visually stunning style. Or a stunning visual style, however you put it. Sword of the Sea, cool. August 19th.
Hi everyone, I'm Kristen Zatani. That was a new look at Sword of the Sea, a visually striking adventure from the team behind Abzu and The Pathless. We're excited to announce that Sword of the Sea will launch this summer into the PlayStation Plus game catalog.
Cool.
On June 17th, Remedy brings otherworldly action to game catalog with FBC Firebreak. In this cooperative FPS set in the paranatural world of Control, you and two fellow agents must confront and contain the reality-warping chaos found within the oldest house. Fun in short bursts or deep dives, FBC Firebreak launches day one into game catalog on June 17th. The PlayStation Plus Classics catalog welcomes several new titles this summer. The PS2 version of legendary immersive sim Deus Ex arrives June 17th. In July, Twisted Metal 3 and Twisted Metal 4 join the service just in time for the second season premiere of Twisted Metal, which arrives July 31st in select countries, including Peacock in the US. Additionally, two of Capcom's most beloved games from the original PlayStation are set to join the Classics lineup. Resident Evil 2 and Resident Evil 3 will arrive later this summer in the Classics catalog. Additionally, Myst and Riven will arrive later this month as part of the Days of Play celebration, running now through June 11th. Days of Play is a 2-week event that includes bonus PlayStation Plus content drops, great deals on software and hardware, and more. Visit PlayStation Blog and PlayStation.com for full details.
His parents cut their own rope to save him. He watched them fall, then found his way off that mountain. He was 11 years old.
He then started a grand tour of every major boarding school in Britain.
Always at the top of his class.
Always at odds with authority. Same thing in the Navy.
His superiors all praise his instincts.
And they're all in need of early retirement. Nobody knows what to do with him, Mom.
No, and I suspect he feels the same way. But what he did in Iceland...
What he did in Iceland was insubordination. It was ill-disciplined, utterly reckless. He only survived thanks to blind luck. Give me one good reason to put him in the program, Mom.
I think you just covered them all, Greenway. It's really quite simple. Bond is a bullet without a target.
It is James Bond. What the hell?
Let's give him one.
What?
Do you have an appointment?
The name's Bond.
James Bond. He's with me.
And you are? Don't think we've had the pleasure.
Now let's not get ahead of ourselves.
Oh, cool.
James.
James Bond game.
So you shouldn't have.
Was that a what watch does you wear? Oh, I can't remember. What's the brand?
We're facing a situation of the utmost delicacy. I need all my pieces on the board.
009 is a master manipulator. Whatever the end game is, we won't see it coming.
Jet lag. Gets me every time.
She's not your friend, Bond. She's an asset.
With respect, Mom.
That's an Omega, isn't it? Omega. That's the watch brand he wears, and obviously he drives an Aston Martin. Oh, don't tell me this is their big
lately
reveal of the stream. James Bond game. I mean, it looks kind of cool. Obviously, it's a massive IP. Hopefully, it's good. First Light. Yeah, why did I see this like right before the stream started? I swear I saw this. Did they just like put out all the trailers before the stream started? For anyone that didn't want to watch this. Usually they'd put it out after the stream. Anyway. Okay. Okay, gameplay reveal this summer. Cool.
Hello, I'm Hakan Abrak, CEO of Iron Interactive. The team is thrilled to announce 007 First Light. You'll experience James Bond as a young air crewman in the Royal Navy. Before the tuxedo and the martinis, as he first steps into the world of espionage, striving to earn his 00 status.
But he still wears an Omega and drives an Aston Martin.
And dedication into
He's still got
crafting
the
an
class
experience that
in him.
honors the legacy of Bond, harnessing our 25 years of agent expertise. This is just the beginning of our journey with 007, and we can't wait to share more with you soon.
Oh, here it is, the big one. Oh yeah, Ghost of Yotai. Yes, show me more. Show me more, dude. I'm so keen.
You're still with me?
Who was she talking to? Ah, the wolf. Cool. Gameplay deep dive coming in July. Really? They didn't do it here. That's so annoying. Oh, is that it? Oh, what's this? So if we have to wait, what, another month? Is it next? Captain America. What the fuck? Yeah, okay, gameplay reveal for Ghost of Yotai will be next month. God damn it. Now we got Marvel Street Fighter. Or Marvel Mortal Kombat. Wow, okay. What's going on? Oh, cool. Okay, so they're just showing BTS for it, I assume. Is this like entirely done in AI, this video?
プレイステーションの友人から急になんか飲みに行こうぜっていう連絡が来て、なんのこっちゃと思って、予定合わせて行ったんですけど、ちょっと飲んでる中で実はアークの方でマーベルの格闘ゲームを作ってみないかというような提案をいただきまして、いや本当に聞いた時はびっくりしましたね。で、世界的に本当に有名な IP ですし光栄だなと思いつつも、まず本当にうちの会社で大丈夫かなという不安もあり。
The inspiration for working on this project really came from a place of pure fandom and wanting to say, why isn't PlayStation in this space?
So PlayStation approached us with this vision to bring Marvel back to the forefront of the tag fighting genre. And that got us really excited because we had worked with them before on successful stuff like the Marvel Spider-Man franchise with Insomniac.
When it came to approaching Marvel, you have to kind of first float the idea and let them know, hey, we're thinking about approaching a company like Arc System Works to make a fighting game. We'd love to partner with you to do this really great collaboration. Would you be interested?
When they named the developer, that really perked up our ears. It's always refreshing to work with a team that will take on the challenge of tackling Marvel, putting their own spin on it, and they're just uppercutting that challenge into the stratosphere. And that's what you get with this team. I mean, they couldn't make something boring if they tried.
社長からも本当に作れるんだったらぜひやりたいでっていうことを言われました。話を受けてしまった以上これは私がプロデューサーなのかなっていうところで。
The tricky thing is that most fans, including myself, see this as a sacred genre for Marvel. The tough part is finding a partner that's crazy enough to take on the task, because you either do something like this big and bold or you don't do it at all.
I feel like I have a good grasp on their art style and how they would approach certain IPs. You come in with your kind of own expectations of, here's what I would expect to see from Arc System Works when they take on a Marvel IP. And what came up was something that went beyond that.
I don't
think I'm playing a Marvel fighting game if I'm being honest. So. I don't think that's really for me.
いろいろこうやっぱり直接話していくうちにもっとアークのやりたいマーベルを見せてくれというような話をいただいたことがあって。
I remember personally the first time I saw Iron Man was really when I felt we had something special.
なので今回のアイアンマンのデザインを皆さんご覧いただければ分かると思うんですけども、かなりこう日本らしいアークシステムワークスらしいデザインっていうのが、出ているかなと思うので、マーベルの皆さんの反応がすこぶる良くて、あ、これなんだみたいないう感じで。
Iron Man is supposed to be the sleek fighter jet, think luxury race car mixed with a brick house. And the fact that they added anime mech elements to him just felt really naturally at home.
One of the mantras that we have for this project is from Japan to the world, and really trying to take not just the IP but gameplay mechanics and say, what can we really take from Japan, the creators that are doing awesome work here, and bring that to the global platform.
特別なところいっぱいあるんですけど、本当にやっぱり強調すべきは、格闘ゲームのチームバトルの中では4対4というのがまず本当に意欲的で挑戦的なところだというところと。
When Arc looks at these Marvel characters, it's not simply just the visuals, it's also the gameplay mechanics and adding in that, what is that pop? What is going to be something that's different? Up until now, you've seen tag fighters that have 2v2, 3v3. We felt like we just had to go 4v4. And in doing so, we found a lot of unique and fun ways to change up the gameplay that I think players are going to be very excited to see.
今回4対4という革新的なところにチャレンジしている中で4キャラクター練習しないと勝てないんじゃないのとか安心してください。
Learning 4 characters is extremely daunting, but the team at Arc System Works has found a way to design a system that adapts to your playstyle. So you could either duke it out as just the leader and 3 assists, or you can tag in your assists to swap the leader and change the matchup on the fly.
I don't think a lot of people thought this day would be here, would come. This has just been an awesome journey, and I'm excited that we get to be able to share it with all the fans out there.
I'll tell you right now, a lot of fighting games, they never get to experience this level of production. And it's just a dream to even be working with these two great partners.
それは決してビジネスという枠組みではなくて、それぞれの強い思いの中でこのタイトルを成功させよう、いいゲームにしてファンに届けようと。
The three companies have come together to do this, and I think we really are going to make something magical here.
このタイトルですね、まだまだ開発途中ではありますが、続々とキャラクターも発表していきたいと思いますし、キャラクター以外のコンテンツというところも今後いろいろ出ていくと思います。今しばらく楽しみにお待ちいただければなと思います。Stay tuned.
Yeah, fighting games are cool and stuff. They're just not really for me. I don't see myself sinking a bunch of hours into this at all.
You're still with me?
Okay, so that's it. So like the big one was probably Neo 3. Like I've said, I've never played it, but like I've been interested, obviously, that's why I have them on my shelf. So maybe that's what I play next on stream. I reckon maybe tomorrow I'm gonna play some Astro Bot on stream. Just as something a little bit different, and because there are a bunch of new levels that have come out that I just haven't gotten around to. And I reckon that'd be fun to play on stream. And then Saturday, Summer Games Fest. Might play something after Summer Games Fest. Depends how long it goes for. I don't know how long it'll go for. Yeah, I reckon we can pause it right here. So, the big ones for me, Neo 3 and probably 007 First Light. Those both look pretty cool. And then I reckon other than that, Romeo is a Dead Man also looks really cool. C Remnants looks pretty cool. Ghost of Verti has already been announced. Silent Hill F I already knew about. Yeah, I reckon those are like the three interesting ones. The two big ones are probably Neo and 007. And then Marvel with the fighting game. I'm sure a lot of people are going to be really into that. That are obviously people that are obviously into fighting games. So that's cool for those people. Final Fantasy Tactics. I've heard a lot of people talk about this game and how it's kind of a classic and really cool. So I'm sure fans of that game are going to be really keen for a remastered version of it. But yeah, in terms of new games, 007, Romeo is a Dead Man. See Remnants maybe, that looks pretty cool. Yeah. Not like the not the state of play maybe I was hoping, but when is it ever? When is it ever going to live up to what people have in their wish list and everything like that? I don't think that's possible. But anyway, that's kind of it. I wonder, is there anything other than that they're showing? Let me see. Not really, but we have Summer Games Fest in 2 days now, so very keen for that. Hoping for some big announcements. Obviously, there are some things on my mind, like an Uncharted Nathan Drake or Drake's Fortune. I was about to say the Nathan Drake collection. Uncharted Drake's Fortune remake. That'd be really cool. I'm about to replay the Uncharted games pretty soon because I'm currently playing a bunch of Naughty Dog games just because I love those games and I felt like replaying them because I haven't replayed them in a while. So really hoping to see Nathan or Drake's Fortune remastered remake. They've already done a remake, because I feel like it's the only game in the series that really needs one and that really feels kind of dated. But the others are still really, really good, so I'm keen to hop onto those pretty soon. Yeah, I reckon tomorrow we'll play some Astro Bot. I reckon that'd be fun just to hop back into a bit of that and play some of the new levels that they have. But yeah, until then, I'm going to leave it there. I need to make breakfast because I'm very hungry and I need to go to work. So we'll see you tomorrow for some